Well, it wasn't good. I mean, look, mistakes happen, and so we are short a couple of players, and Quentin had come to us from Charleston, and could have been one of our players. It was unfortunate it was him because he was kind of excited to get a run out with our team. He's a nice young man. Stuff happens. The penalty, okay, guys go up, whatever. Was it a penalty? Was it not? Did they review it? All those things. I mean, okay, whatever. But it really kind of took the sting out of the game. I mean, then the game just became kind of dysfunctional, and it was just, our guys trying to fight back, their guys off the gas. It just wasn't a very pretty soccer match. So can't put my finger on one reason why it was dysfunctional, but there was probably 3 or 4.
That was probably Atlanta's opening day lineup against most of your guys, your regulars were starting out on the bench. How would you assess the performance of some of the younger guys who got their chance tonight?
Well, Ryan, I'm not going to assess their performance with unrealistic expectations. That's number one. I think they battled. There was a little bit of fight there after they went down 2-0. You obviously saw a quality Atlanta side that has, Almiron probably makes more in 2 weeks than the entire roster of our first half team. So you guys can do the math, right? So we're not making excuses because obviously we're a proud club. The messaging to the young players was, this is a learning lesson. If you want to get up to here, there's your bar. Those are the guys that you want to measure yourself against, and so we look at it as a learning tool. We'll watch this tape and we will show the young players this tape, and hopefully they learn from it.
How do you think they responded to being down that far that fast against that kind of quality?
It was good. I mean, look, I needed a reaction. I needed some form of reaction, and we went down, we hit the crossbar, had a couple good moments, so there was some reaction. Then at halftime, we addressed some issues. I think the stuff we discussed at halftime, I got a reaction out of them. So I'm okay with what they did, and obviously the scoreline is indicative of their first team versus some of our guys, but fact of the matter is that I got the response I needed out of the young guys.
How did Ozzy look to you for his first time out?
Good. I mean,
what are you looking for?
well, what I didn't want was, so the game was kind of, getting out of, it was dysfunctional again, and Ozzy was getting fired up. I could just see him like going, because he hates to lose, right? So I didn't want anything silly to happen. So Ozzy's performance was good. He kept his calm. That's what I expected. I thought his passing was okay, but he needs to get game fitness. I mean, he needs to put the work in to get game fit for the start of the season.
Most of your preseason matches, you started your starters and pulled them off early. Today, you decided to put most of your subs in first and then bring a lot of the regulars on to the second half. What went into that mindset of doing that approach?
Well, you're trying to weekend, opening weekend. So this was the midweek game, and the starters are going to roll out on Saturday, and that's the last game they'll play before our opener in Houston.
Someone who's looked really good so far in preseason again tonight, Henry Wingo. How would you assess his play? Just a young homegrown kid seems to be holding his own out there.
More than holding his own, actually playing very well. Happy he got his first goal, but that's not really his only contribution to the game. I thought he is sharp. I think he's fit. I think you saw some of his technical ability. Overall, I'm very happy with Henry.
He and Will had a great combination tonight, and last Saturday too. They had that goal called back. What sort of partnership do you see forming there, if anything?
Well, I think it's just hungry players. I think Will's hungry. I think Henry's hungry. I thought Shea did okay. I thought Mathers. I mean, Delan. All the young kids, look, they're hungry to make the squad, and some guys are able to put a little bit more pizzazz on it with a goal or a fancy play or a move. But other guys did a good job too. They did some of the dirty work that people might not notice.